This show is brought to you by Opal 183. Mayuna. Feel the power.
Hi everyone, welcome to Let's Go Home News on Go Live TV. I am Beto Luqueci. We are here to raise awareness to prevent international parental child abduction. We have today a special guest. Stay with us.
Welcome everyone to the first edition of Let's Go Home News. My name is Jonathan Costa. At Let's Go Home, we will be bringing you all the recent information and news regarding international parental child abduction. International parental child abduction occurs when a parent or guardian removes or retains a child from his or her country without the legal authority or permission of a parent who has full or joint custody rights. This is an issue that is on the rise worldwide, aided by the growth of globalization, easier access to travel, and lack of targeted laws against such an offense. We will provide you with the insight of experienced professionals who have handled such cases throughout their successful careers, as well as news and examples of such offenses from all around the world. We believe that information is power, and that by spreading this knowledge and experience, we will be helping prevent and combat the rise of this issue all around the world. Thank you for embarking on this journey alongside us. As part of this introductory video, I would like to present you with our website, where you will be able to find all statistics, testimonies, and articles relating to international parental child abduction. Our website, www.letsgohomenews.org, has reached more than 100,000 clicks, and our posts in our social media accounts have reached more than 200,000 views in quite a few of our posts. Please follow us at Let's Go Home News on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter for our latest content.
Family.
This is our life.
And we are Leuna.
Go Live TV, il primo canale IP interculturale in Canada.
Speaks my language.
È multiculturel.
Go Live TV is intercultural.
I watch. Oglądam.
What a pleasure to be here at Leuna TV and Go Live.
Olá, sou o cantor Salgadinho, estou na Go Live TV.
Fala a minha língua. É intercultural.
Go Live TV es intercultural.
Go Live TV es intercultural. Yo como tú veo Go Live TV.
Welcome back everyone. As we have announced earlier in the show, we have a very special guest today, Mr. Kowlasar, Misir, lawyer with Costa law firms in Toronto. Thank you very much for being here with us today.
Thank you, Jonathan, for having me on your show.
We have invited you today to talk about international parental child abduction. So to our audience, what is international parental child abduction?
So, Jonathan, from a legal perspective, international parental child abduction is simply the removal or the detainment of a child against a custody or access order. It could also be against what is called an agreement, a separation agreement, if that's what the parties have entered into. So any action that prevents one parent from having access or having his or her custodial rights enforced, that arise from removing the child from their habitual residence is referred to as international child abduction.
What is a custody order?
So a custody order is an order given by a court that outlines the party or the parent that has the decision-making power of for the child, or the access details, like when access can happen, how access can happen, and that sort of thing. So it's essentially a court order that outlines how these parties are going to be governing their lives with respect to the child post-separation.
Let's say one parent is successful in removing a child from Canada. What can a parent do, and is Canada able to retrieve the child back?
That's a bit of a complex question. Canada is a signatory to what is called the Hague Convention on the civil aspects of international child abduction. So if there is an order in Canada that says that the child is to reside in Canada, that the parent that's left behind can make use of the Hague Convention and the provisions of the Hague Convention to seek an order that the child be returned to Canada. The Foreign Affairs Canada has a very good guidebook that outlines a lot of information that that can assist a parent that is left behind with respect to that. There is a caveat with this, though, that I must mention, and that is because not all countries are signatories to the Hague Convention.
Right.
You have about 90 countries today that are signatories, and some enthusiastically enforce the provisions of the convention and an order that's issued in Canada, some not so. So you would have some countries that will not forcefully enforce the order of a Canadian court with respect to the returning of a child to Canada. If we're dealing with countries in the Middle East that are not subject to the Hague Convention, or not signatories, sorry, to be precise, to the Hague Convention, your life is a lot more difficult. So I would say prevention is better than cure with respect to this, because if you have or you suspect that your spouse or partner would be removing the child from Canada, you would want to do something. You probably would, if there are no orders, you have no agreement, you would want to do something prior to the event happening. But should the event happen, you can utilize the Hague Convention to assist you for those convention countries, or those countries that are in compliance, are not in compliance, but are signatories to the Hague Convention.
How does the law in Canada address the issue of child abduction?
So the terms child abduction is not specifically mentioned in Canadian law. Both federal and provincial legislation address the issues of custody and access matters. So if parents are in the process of separating or divorcing and the matter is in court, the Divorce Act is applicable, and Section 20 of the Divorce Act speaks about enforcement of custody and access orders. So a court will enforce those orders, and removing a child will be in contravention of those express orders. For parties that are not married, or they are just cohabitating, you have to turn to what is called the Ontario Children's Law Reform Act, right, which speaks to the issue of custody and access. Specifically, sections 36 and 37 addresses the provisions of custody and access and enforcement of those orders.
Thank you so much, Mr. Misir, once again for being here today and for unpacking this very dense issue for us.
Thank you, Jonathan, for having me on your show. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much. And as we have mentioned earlier in the show, the content of this show is for information purposes only and not legal advice. If you're faced with this situation, please seek a family law professional. We hope you found this first edition of Let's Go Home News helpful in understanding our organization, our goal, and this issue that we are trying to tackle. Please refer to our website for any news or content relating to this issue. Thank you for being with us today, and I certainly hope to see you in our next edition of Let's Go Home News.